Well, I just cracked beer number 2 because we've already been talking for like 35 minutes.
Number 2.
We're frankly tired of the Jacksonville Jaguars, friends.
The
Frankly,
Jacksonville Jaguars are number 2.
When did you guys break? Cap, you broke it about halftime. Is that right?
break as in when did I leave?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wanted severely. I think it might have been like 2/3 of the way through the second quarter that I was yelling down at Dustin because I was ready to leave. So for those
it was more than that. You were yelling at Dustin for the entirety of the second quarter.
yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I was trying to be a little conservative.
Dustin,
So for those,
Dustin kept turning around like, this motherfucker's yelling at me again.
I was a little. I gotta be to be perfectly honest with you. I was a little disappointed in our pal Dustin.
He was tired of your shit.
No, he was very steadfast in wanting to stay and watch that game as if we were like he legitimately thought there was a chance we were going to win, and I just kept telling him like you're being dumb.
He's
like,
married now. He's married now.
It's not going to happen. And so for those that don't know, Little Cap and Mrs. Cap were not with me on Sunday, so I was rolling solo, and
Always dangerous.
Yeah. So I pre-tailgate or pre-game at the tailgate, I said to Dustin, "Hey, you've been telling me about him and Video Board Mark have been telling me forever about Wild Bills, right? Like, oh, you got to come with us sometime after the game to Wild Bills, blah, blah, blah." Well, like we always have Little Cap. Like, so we're not going to bring Little Cap to a bar, especially one like I've heard Wild Bills is. So, I told Dustin, look, if we win, I'm going there. I'll go to Wild Bills with you for one. I'll check it out. I said, if it gets real ugly, we can leave early and we can go have 2 or 3. And so,
I didn't know this backstory. So yeah, I didn't know about all this backstory.
Oh yeah. So it wasn't like something that I was springing on him out of nowhere.
Yeah. I thought you were literally trying to communicate from 15 rows up. Like, hey man, it's Wild Bills time.
No, I mean, I very much was doing that, but yeah, it was.
This was premeditated.
It was premeditated.
These were premeditated titties you were going for.
Partially his idea.
in the first degree.
Yeah, partially his idea. So, yeah, how can a game can't be very much more Jaguars than the way that one started. Now we came back and responded very nicely, and there were some good moments in that game. But just the moment that happened where we fumbled, they picked it up. It was such a bang bang play. It was like, I get why they called it a fumble, but it also is one of those like really nebulous things where it's like, God, that like they don't make a rule clear enough to see, you know what I mean? Like, and so it was just so very Jaguar-ish, and that just kind of put me in the mood immediately to where like I knew it wasn't going to be a day that I wanted to be there. And then when we missed the extra fucking point, like but I feel like I held it, I feel like I held it together a little bit better than one of us early on.
I know someone who did not have a good time on Sunday.
Dillard, let's talk about your day. You were honestly, an angry boy on Sunday.
I mean, honestly, like from the moment that Dan Arnold fumbled the football, I like went into a downward spiral, man. It was just so fast. Like I like genuinely, after like not believing it was a fumble, like watching them run it back, middle fingers up, like, you fucking idiots, it's not a fumble, you dumbasses, like go celebrate over there, like that shit's coming back. And then the
refs had the nerve to come in your house and spit in your face and tell you were an idiot.
Yes, essentially. So they tell me I'm an idiot, and then at that moment when they it was for sure a touchdown, I sat down and I literally said to myself, you fucking idiot, you talked yourself into thinking they could win this week. And I ain't never doing it again for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, we're not winning shit. We are fucking terrible. Doug Marrone would have coached circles around this squad. And I'm over it. That's it. From that point on, dude, I think that's the first time I've ever sat in the stadium for like most of the game. I was just
You, like
there.
literally sat. You mean just
Like I
sat?
physically sat in my
Yeah.
seat and just didn't do anything.
Anytime something remotely good happened, he's like, "It's fucking stupid. This is dumb." You had something negative to say.
You at one point when you got up, you're just like, I'm fucking out of here. And you
That was
just,
at halftime, I think.
bro, no, it was before halftime. It was before halftime.
Yeah, it was.
You just turned and you went like, and you literally stepped over the seat, walked away, and I took that as you were legit leaving, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you were pretty angry, right? I think we've established
Yeah.
that now.
I was pissed off.
You were not pleased. And so I tweeted like that photo of you walking away or whatever, video or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the one guy like called you out, and then
Called me a chump.
a little while later, a few minutes later, I pulled Twitter back up and you had responded. You responded, I just went to get a drink, you fucking pussy. Some version of that phrase. And I just showed it to like everybody around me because I was just like, oh my God.
I
This is
needed
a
a
bad
fucking
place, man.
Pepsi, you pussy.
It was like, Blue Gator and a Mountain Dew. I was fucking struggling. It was harder than fuck. The app said it was 80 degrees. I was being lied to, and I was watching the team lose.
So
Man, that shit sucks.
So yeah, it was and then we got, let's see, another response that we got at some point because I was putting you on the Instagram story for the pod handle too. So if you're not following us on Instagram, make sure you go follow Bold Take Pod over on Instagram. We get some good nuggets up there from time to time of content.
We're fucking terrible at keeping up with the content, but when we do put it on there, it's good.
It's good. Yeah.
You can I'm committing to basically every home game Sunday or any time where we're all together, there'll be content on there. But with that said, there's somebody else commented, the other one that stuck in my head for my barrage of tweets about Dilla not being pleased. Somebody else said, well, I guess that's so much, or he said, so much for the good Reverend Dillical.
Yeah.
The good Reverend Dilla preaching the positivity. And I was just like,
Positive Dilla is dead.
It's done, dude. Tua is gonna dice us up. He's gonna have like a 48% completion percentage, 118 yards, and like 3 touchdowns. I can't wait.
They literally have JB at running back, and they're gonna run all over us, right?
They can't stop the run at all, but we're only gonna give James Robinson the ball 7 times. So who gives a fuck?
yeah. I had some guy tell me, and not that my Twitter thread with where I kind of compared and contrasted the statistics of James Robinson so far this year, touches, snaps that he's seen, all that. Not that it was PFF worthy or Tony Khan worthy analytics.
Way better than PFF. It was like actually thought out. It was crazy.
But thank you. I'll take that. But I did have a few people like comment like, oh, and probably admittedly that the couple people who did probably have higher IQs than I do. I'm not ashamed to say that. But still, I'm just like, yeah, okay. Well, you still can't really argue the fact that they should probably give him the ball more. Like
You would have had
Exactly.
300 yards if they just gave him the ball 10 more times.
if you don't like my statistics, that's fine. The reality is the point.
All I was
remains.
trying to say is we should give him the ball more.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
concept.
Yeah. So I did eventually leave.
So
And-
give us your Wild Bills review.
Okay. Yeah, let's get into that. So I did eventually leave. Video board Mark finally texted me back. I was working the phone hard. I was like, yo, Monkey's uncle, I could go for some wings. Like I'm hitting people up at the beach. Like, yo, you want to meet me at Monkey's? I'm getting out of here. I've had enough of this shit. Nothing, people they were doing something else. They didn't want to leave, whatever.
Did you text Ginger?
Gingers?
No, just Ginger. Did you text Ginger?
Who's Ginger?
She's Ginger of Gingers.
Oh, no. No, I
If you
would have
text
went.
Ginger, you know what that means. You're going to Ginger's.
Well, I would have went to Ginger's, but they don't have food, and I was starving, so that was kind of part of my plot. I
Yeah,
knew I
but
was
Taco
probably-
Bell is right there.
It's true. It's true. These are facts that you're presenting. They're like it's very factual.
There.
Is the Crystal still across the street with the LSD?
No, it's
Spray
closed.
painted?
Closed. R.I.P. Crystals is gone.
Sheesh.
Crystals is
Um,
gone.
Yeah,
At the beach.
I can tell you guys don't come out here very often.
No, I know it was closed, but it was spray painted like LSD on the sign for really.
Yeah, that's well because that's what the drive-through is used for now. You just get it there.
I gotta tell you a secret. I gotta tell you a secret. I didn't even know there was a Crystals across the street.
There you go. There you go. It's kind of like, yeah.
It's kind of like diagonal across the street.
Right. So anyway, I end up video board Mark responds that he is in for Wild Bills, another regular at Bills. So I said, okay, either him or Dustin or both. Like somebody's taking me there. I'm going there. So we got to Wild Bills. For those that haven't been there or are not familiar, you basically leave the slab, okay, and you get on Talleyrand, right? I think it's
Yeah.
Talleyrand that runs all the way out by like Crowley Maritime and the port and all that out there.
Talleyrand North. Get on North.
Yeah,
North
just go.
towards- and you go basically to 8th Street all the way the fuck down. And it's right there on the corner. You would miss it when you're making a left on 8th to either shoot down to Main Street or out to 95 off of 8th. You would miss it if you didn't know it's there because it looks like literally like a shack.
It's an abandoned building.
It looks like a shack with some bikers out front. Like that's what it looks like. And you walk in, and I've got to tell you, when you walk in, it looks very much like a shack with bikers out front. It looks inside much like it does on the outside, but it is a very unique place. I had heard that like the way Dustin had described it was the bartenders, like it's not a strip club, but if someone says, hey, take your tits out,
We'll do it.
they'll take their boobs out. And I was like, oh, okay. So like I kind of knew that going in. Really just want to go have a beer and chill. And so I get in and it wasn't really popping off yet in there because people weren't leaving the game yet. We were probably a couple of the first Jaguar fans to like roll in. So it's like us, so a couple of degenerates and like 5 dudes who are in a biker gang. Like that's who's there. And like 3 girls that are not the most attractive behind the bar. Shout out to JoJo though. JoJo's a great bartender. And yeah, so just I very quickly noticed that not only is it a place where they'll take the boobies out, apparently, but there is a really tiny stage with 2 stripper poles. And it's a tiny, tiny spot. It's like smaller than Ginger's inside. Like it's a tiny, yeah, it's inside. And they got like a whole outdoor area where all the bikers stayed. They have a Silver Strike machine. Your boy is not going to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty fucking good at Silver Strike to the point to where I may have made the top 5 leaderboard at Wild Bills twice. Both games that I rolled. So that was really the only victory of the day. But yeah, the rumors are true. At some point, somebody said, "Hey, let me see your titties," and one of the girls was just like, "Okay," and let them out. They weren't the nicest boobies I've ever seen, but boobies are boobies. Like they're there. You look at them. Had a couple beers. I could tell that like if you stayed there for a long time, you could probably get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And I felt like, okay, if I'm going to keep drinking or anything like that, I need to get back over the ditch closer to the house. So I left, but I can honestly say now that I've been to Wild Bills. Oh, as the game wore on and like towards the end of it, more and more Jaguar fans started. So it is definitely a place where like,
People be going.
when Mark and I walked up, they were kind of like, oh, okay, well, the Ginger looks like he could fit in here, but the other guy, maybe not so much. because the bikers are
The
kind of
the
looking
beach
at
is
you.
that way, bro.
Yeah, the bikers are kind of looking at you, blah, blah, blah. But then like there's a steady stream of people who you could tell were leaving the game coming in.
Funny.
Shout out to the one married couple that came in, probably around my age, maybe a little older. You could totally tell that it was her first time there too, because when the movies came out, she was like, and I kind of wanted to lean over to her and be like, well, did you see the stripper poles there? Like, I mean,
Did you kind of see where you were at when you walked in?
let's see if I can show this picture to those that are actually watching.
Whoa.
What?
Can't allow these type of pictures.
No, it's okay. So if you can
It's okay,
see the
bro.
sign, it says titties and beer. You can get them both. You can, what does it say? You can get it all here. Titties and beer. You can get it all here at Wild Bill's Saloon. And then there's like a little mannequin there.
So
I gotta say, that's a hell of a slogan though. Like I wasn't expecting a slogan that slapped like that out of Wild Bill's.
is this place like open during non-Jaguar home game days?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
It's
like
all
a
the
biker.
truckers and stuff. Yeah.
There's the crew. So you can see, for those at home playing along at home, you can see the stripper stage and the stripper poles right behind me.
Is that
So it's
Edub?
got the lights.
That's
Yeah,
blurry
Edub.
as fuck. I can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Edub. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And then if you really want to see,
Damn, you were fucking putting them on blast.
Oh.
That's Edub.
you can't see it, but that's me there
High scores.
with the high
Two out of
score.
5.
208. I was the 3. Third. And then I was my other one was 9th.
That's
So,
2 top 10s. It's a
two
little
top 10s.
different.
Yeah, it was a little
Just,
different. Bro, let me tell you about that though. The number 3 spot that I got there. No open frames till the 10th frame. Like how
Wow.
terrible. Yeah, like would have had probably the high score at Wild Bill's, and that's an achievement.
Definitely.
I've had the high score at Ginger's naturally. But yeah. So Wild Bill's, interesting spot. Wouldn't, if you have a significant other that is that's a little squeamish, definitely wouldn't recommend as a post-game rendezvous spot.
So next home game, we should just show up there about like what 1:30.
Just
I mean,
just show up.
I'm about to have
We're
to start
not there for
paying
the
people
Jags
to take
game.
my seats. And I'll give you $50 if you guys sit here for 3 quarters.
Hey, you want to go to the Jags game on Sunday? I've got a ticket.
Yeah.
Well, no, man. No, look, I mean, I'll pay you to take my ticket.
Yeah. I'm not going,
What?
but you can have mine.
How much do you want for your ticket? No. I'll pay you. I'll pay you to take my ticket. Oh, it's so bad, bro.
We need to set up a trip to Wild Bill's on like a
School night.
maybe a game day or maybe just like a regular Friday night. But what we really need to do is call Boz and have him take us out to Wild Bill's like a fancy night on a party bus, right?
Party
About it.
bus to Bills. I'm in.
I mean, we can. That's like some lap of luxury stuff. We pull up from the party bus that we get from Boz will probably be bigger and nicer than the inside of Wild Bill's.
Buzz. Yeah, dude.
It's true.
Seriously.
That's very true. And
We
I wouldn't be surprised if,
downgrading venues getting off the vehicle and getting into the establishment.
bro, I wouldn't be surprised if we walked in there and they were like, "Oh, hey, Boz," because that's how my man rolls.
He's been driving pro wrestlers there for years now.
International man of mystery. Give them the info on how they can set up their own trip to Wild Bills with Boz. So
Well, you go to twitter.com/@JaxBoz. You could hop in his DMs, set it up that way. I mean, that's how most of the people that are listening to this know how to do that. Option 2, give him a call, 904-887-0763. Tell him you want to ride. He's going to be like, "Oh, where do you want to ride to?" You're going to be like, Wild Bill's Saloon,
In
Wild
the
Bill.
party bus.
beer and titties.
Yep,
Titties and beer.
big facts.
And that's really it. And like I said, the car that he takes you there in is going to be nicer than the establishment.
That's like as classy as it gets.
Guaranteed.
Car's so nice. I partied here instead, but then you took me home in the same ride.
Facts.
Love it. Love it.
So we don't
Call
want
the
to
man
talk.
boss.
We don't want to talk about the Jaguars, right?
Who are you gonna call?
So we put out a tweet that basically said we don't want to talk about the Jaguars and give us 3 topics that we should talk about instead.
So we're basically going to wrap for the rest of the episode on what you guys wanted us to talk about. And I'm here for it.
Tweet number 1, BCB Ben, winning, defense, and scoring points.
So, yeah.
Because it's got nothing to do with the Jaguars.
I know. And so at first read, like even with you reading that, Sally, I don't know if it's going to land. But like we literally said, name 3 topics we should talk about that have nothing to do with the Jags. And that's what my man came back with, which is phenomenal. Because even when Solly was cracking up and he read it, it took me a second to get it, but it was nailed it.
So number 2 is our boy Photo Bowls. 3 top things a dive bar should have, or any bar for that matter.
Number 1, fried hot dogs.
Give the context. Give the context.
So we went to this super fire bar in Pittsburgh for the playoff game that one year we were good. While we're here, let me just pause real quick. Next time the Jaguars ever go to the playoffs, go max a credit card like I did. This is the best thing I ever did because they're not going to be good again until I'm like 46. I'll be like Cap's age. And until that's a thing, like when it happens, just do whatever you got to do. 20%, 30%, who gives a fuck? Charge it out, rack up all your points, get your cash back, and go have the experience. Because
as somebody who missed it, I have to co-sign. I have to co-sign.
Yeah, like you didn't go, right? We went to all of them, and you weren't able to. But when you do stuff like that, you get to be on a podcast 3 or 4 years later and be asked what kind of like what would you put in a dive bar?
And say
fried
hot
dogs from this place. I think it was. I can't remember what it was called.
It was called Jack's.
1 syllable. There you go, Jack's. Jack's Bar in Pittsburgh. They had fried hot dogs, and I just remember watching the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles playoff game, and I'm slamming fried hot dogs with the boys. And I just feel like everybody should have that experience. You just go, glizzies straight down the throat, and they were like $1.50 a piece. And if you're frying hot dogs, bro, it's just so much different than just having something off the grill, off the roller. Everything's got a nice crunch to it. It really like feels elegant. And then like being the fact that you're in a dive bar, make sure you bring your ones because, three ones get you 2 hot dogs and everybody's winning for the rest of the night.
I gotta have a little bit more. You gotta get into detail with what a fried hot dog tastes like because I've never had one.
All right, so you get a hot dog and you throw it in the fucking grease and you pull it out and eat it. It was just a grease hot dog.
I want to know the sensations that causes. What does that taste like?
Oh, it tasted like a hot dog, bro. I don't know. It was just a fried hot dog, so it was fucking cool. It tasted like a regular hot dog. See? Facts. There's 2 of them. I told you, you get 2 of them for $3. I can't. I'm not like good at explaining the taste. It's the memories that are surrounding the hot dogs that I'm here for.
I wish I could upload this video here. Maybe we can just. What we'll do is we'll upload it from the Twitter handle tomorrow. So as everybody's listening to this, go to the Twitter handle and you can watch the video of Dilla trying this hot dog because we're in this bar. It's freaking, there's 2 feet of snow outside. Everybody's freezing their nuts off.
Cold, dude. So
I would be 6,000 pounds and even more of an alcoholic than I am right now if I lived somewhere where it snowed, because I would just want to hang out in a place like fucking Jack's. But my wife, it would be Tuesday at fucking 7:05 p.m. My wife would be like, where the hell is John? And I'd be at Ginger's. Like I would be nestled up in Ginger's.
Jack's.
No, I'm talking about if it was here.
Yeah,
that's where I would be because it was so fucking cold outside. And we're in this place and we're having a blast. Like Dilly said, we're slamming beers, bottle beers. I don't even know if they had draft beers in there. And
the bottles.
Yep. And there's another pic of I love you, JB and Dilla.
They don't have time for such things as cleaning out hoses and shit like that.
My man, oh God, the glare is so bad. My man Dilly's pounding a tall boy, Old Milwaukee.
Shout out to Ocho Fish Show.
That's the kind of place we're in. And it was like up on the sign, they had food in this spot, but it was like limited menu. And up on the sign, it was like fried hot dogs. And we're like, dude, who's going to order a gas station hot dog at a dive bar? And my man housed 2 of them. I think JB had one too. I'm not
sure. He did. Facts. And so did Nick.
There's the whole,
I can't
really see. That's the whole crew that was in Jack's that night. That was the night before the game. So yeah, that's a solid spot. Look, you just got to have, first of all, if you're a dive bar, you got to have darts. You got to have some sort of drinking type of game. It can't be really nice. You know what I mean? Like you can't have a world-class pool table, but you got to have like either a couple pool tables, a pool table, maybe ping pong, but it can't be like the people who are there can take the ping pong seriously, but the table and the paddles can't say we take it seriously. Right. So you got that, or
Sopranos pinball.
Yeah, pinball, darts. So you got to have something that's like, hey, I'm here and I need some activity while I'm drinking, right? You got to have a little bit of that. You got to have a few bar stools that don't match, right? Like you got to have some furniture in there that like, you're like, okay, that doesn't really fit. There's got to be minimal windows. Am I right there?
Yeah.
Well,
if they're windows,
you don't want to clean every night. It's not a dive bar.
What's that?
You don't want to clean every night.
Right.
Less windows, people can't see anything.
Yeah. And it's got to be a spot where, like, for real, I think of dive bars and it's like when I walk out, I don't know whether it was light or dark outside.
Right.
Facts. You've got to have a bathroom. You've got to have multiple, like, no locks in any bathroom.
Oh, fully.
There cannot be a door that locks in any bathroom.
Maybe not even doors. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or toilet seats.
For sure.
I just think with the dive bar food, it's just the memories that are tied to it are really what you're looking for. I'm not really going for a taste. I'm going for memories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like case in point, right? Like one of the top memories from that evening is you guys housing those hot dogs, and some of the people who were with us didn't think that old iron stomach Dillard over here was really going to go in. Because it was.
I think I got onions on it too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was loaded up, bro. Those were loaded up. You guys went in. The video, I'm reliving the video right now. I haven't actually hit play because I didn't want the sound to come on the pod right now, but I remember the video pretty vividly, and like it's you kind of quizzically taking a bite and then just being shit slaps. It's fucking good. And then you're like, you take another bite, you're like, it's actually fire. Like this is really good. Yeah, dive bar memories. Solid question from Mr. Bowles. What else do we have here?
Our pal Edub says pizza, best mom and pop spots and best chain spots.
Well, there's
he's asking for our favorite places to eat.
I think he's just
pizza
talking
places,
about
best mom and pop, best chain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He wants the best mom and pops pizza spots and the best chain pizza spots. Okay.
So I think it's well documented. I'm a pretty large like pizza snob. But at the same time, I'm not against eating quote unquote like bad pizza. Like pizza in general is very edible.
An ancient proverb goes, pizza is much like sex. Bad pizza, good pizza, you're still eating the pizza.
Right. That's good.
My roommate actually today was like, hey, I'm gonna order pizza. I'm gonna get Domino's. You want to get it? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I did.
Fully. The only pizza that I won't eat at this point in time is Little Caesars, just because here's the thing. The main reason I won't eat it. No, the main reason I won't eat it is because it legit tears my ass up.
Okay. That's totally fair. That's totally
fair.
Like
That's yep.
because we
You
used
can't
to
judge
eat it.
another man's asshole.
Yeah, I mean, so it.
I mean, I can if you bend over real quick. I'll tell you.
Okay, Medlin. I think that's back-to-back episodes where I hit you with an okay, Medlin.
Oh, call that a trend.
But for me, when it comes to chain pizzas, I don't know that I would say like there's a best one or that I really, really like one of them. But I'll put it this way. My advice when ordering chain pizza is always go thin crust. Always go thin crust.
Solid
You
advice.
can't- You can't really go that way. Like Papa John's actually, like when the fam is like, hey, we just want some delivery pizza. We want some cheap, crappy pizza. The go-to for the family here is that everybody likes Papa John's better than Domino's, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, look, if we're doing Papa J's, we just get thin crust. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's very, 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 very doable. So that's that for me. That's that for me. And then what about you guys for chain style?
If I went with just like the big chains, I'd probably go Pizza Hut over. But
Okay. What
it's
at Pizza Hut?
mostly I just get sausage and onion pizza mostly.
Okay. Just
No matter
regular,
where
like
I get.
hand tossed
Yeah,
Pizza
hand
Hut.
tossed pizza. Yep, just none of the fancy like crust stuff. Just a regular cheese, red sauce, onions, and sausage. Easy.
Okay. All right.
And my favorite like mom and pop spot is Mamma Mia's on Atlantic and Kernan by BJ's.
Okay.
They got some fire pizza in there. It's kind of like low-key secret. Like not that many people go to it, but if you live in that area, they deliver for free, and you can use your credit card on his phone. So it's like super fire. Like it just shows up, and it's like they only deliver in a 3-mile radius, so it gets there quick as fuck, and it's fire. So I kind of miss like living over there already for that place alone. So that's how I know it's really good.
Okay. I actually haven't tried that. So I will I'll make it a point to try it.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
All right. All right. I don't know that I've even heard it recommended. So that's super, super, super stealthy. As you were talking, in that general area as well, I was reminded of maybe, in my opinion, so if I did have to pick a chain spot, and I haven't had this in a long time, Jets
is decent.
like just give me that big greasy thick gonna leave a really bad feeling in my gut pizza and let me devour it.
You stole my chain answer. That was it.
Okay.
My
The
problem
little
with Jets
fucking-
is like, oh my bad.
The little strips, they're money.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say my problem with Jets is I don't prefer like the big doughy squares, and that's what.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do, but if we go with chains in that area too, there's that spot called Marco's, which is also like edible, I think, too, and it's cheap. They always have like deals online for like 25, 30, 40% off. So if you're broke or you're just balling on a budget, there you go. Free tips from Dilla.
You know what's not cheap for chain pizza? That Donato's.
I've only had that one time when I was in Columbus, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah. It was all the people from up in Ohio were just
Oh wow, that's where you have
broth.
it. That's interesting.
Well, no, that's where I think that's where it's from originally.
Okay.
Donato's, yeah. So it was like when it was opening up out here at the beach, people were just frothing, like, oh my God, it's my favorite from Ohio, this and that. And so we tried. I'm like, oh, I gotta try it, right? It's right here.
Yeah.
I'm a pizza guy. And it was edible and it was decent. For me, it lacked a ton of flavor. Like it didn't have a lot of flavor. It was just sort of there, and it wasn't cheap. Like, I mean, we're like, well, let's try a couple different, a couple things. So we got, it's pretty thin, so that's good,
Yeah,
right?
it's thin. Yeah.
It's thin, and so I think we got like a buffalo chicken pizza, and then we got just a regular pepperoni, and then some other, maybe their garlic cheese bread or something, and it was expensive as fuck. Like Da Vinci's is cheaper. Seriously, Da Vinci's is cheaper.
Wow.
Which brings me to my plug for my favorite pizza spot in town is Da Vinci's. It's on Atlantic Boulevard out here in Atlantic Beach, kind of across from like where the old Kmart used to be. Tiny little spot, only a few tables inside. They do a big delivery business in Atlantic Beach. They do a huge takeout business. They have, in my opinion, the best pizza overall in town. And the reason why I give it that distinction is I'm kind of, like I said, I'm a pizza snob to a degree. I'm just sort of a pizza-holic. And most places in town, I don't want them to take this too personally, but most places in town, their dough is bordering on not very good, or it is not very good. And their dough there is as close as you're going to get to like a really good Northeastern pie, where it is more like an artisan recipe for dough that like you would like a fire piece of bread that comes out. They're like, man, this is a killer loaf of bread, right? It's closer to that than just being some dough that somebody slapped together and threw some sauce and cheese on. So that's reason number one. The closest place to having dough as good as theirs in town, in my opinion, is Tony D's. Tony D's is a very decent slice. You can get slices there, which is pretty cool, over off Bay Meadows and 295. But not only do they have the best dough in town at Da Vinci's, but they use the best ingredients, which I respect the shit out of it. There's some places in town that use just absolute dog shit for cheese, and you can't do that. Like
that's why you go to Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza,
right? And better, better everything. Well, they were a very racist institution until they gave Shaq a seat on the board. Now everything's good. So I think that's
Papa John's Shaq.
Yeah, I think that's how it works, right? But anyway, so yeah, there's I will say this. I see people all the time around town, either on social media or just talking to folks, and they say that like our pizza scene is just terrible and abysmal here. And I wouldn't call it that at all, actually. I mean, I think we've got with V Pizza, they make a decent Neapolitan pizza. There's
like three different, like chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla.
Exactly.
Go check that out, guys. Let us know how it tastes. Cool.
And then Pie 95. Sorry, this is turning into a pizza review. I'm like fucking Dave from Barstool Sports over here. But Pie 95 is one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
That's 7.2. Shut the fuck up. No.
Shut the fuck up. Pie 95 is a local food truck, and it's really cool. He's got like a proper wood fire oven, and he has a really nice again Neapolitan style dough that he does, and the pizzas that he puts out are actually really good too. So we've got that. We've got
find them at Riverside Arts Market.
He's down there a lot. Yeah, he's kind of all around town during the week and stuff. But yeah. And Biggie's is edible. Biggie's is edible. You've got Sally down by you. There's Carmine's. Carmine's is pretty good.
Ale Pie House is pretty underrated, like traditional style, good stuff.
Crispies is fire. I was
going to put out Crispies. Yeah,
Crispies is pretty good. I like Crispies. That's it is more than decent as well. So yeah, there's a lot. Oh, there's Tony's, not Tony D's, but Tony's. So this is a little clue for folks too. Those that have been around town for a while will remember what the hell is the name of it? It'll come to me, but it's the family that used to have a spot out here at the beach that was pretty popular. The son opened up a place called Tony's, and it's right off of Solano where that Winn-Dixie is. And it's around the corner next to the liquor store. Yeah, in Ponte Vedra. And it is really good. And not only the pizza, but like you go in there and it's kind of like a real like Italian kind of counter, right? Like with the like they don't do, I think they might do slices in there, but they've got stromboli and like pepperoni rolls and all that stuff too. So that place is pretty good. They're heavy on the sauce, but yeah. So there's there's decent options, man. Like I was just up in Cincinnati. You couldn't find a fucking good slice of pizza to save your life up there. I was looking like, cause I was just, when I go out of town, I like to try and, try new pizza spots and stuff. And in like the greater downtown area, there really wasn't anything like when you're looking it up. So yeah. Are we freaking New York City or Philly or, up that way? No, but there's,
because if we were, our football team would win.
We'd be talking about the football team right now and not pizza.
Got 'em.
What else you got? This just turned into a pizza review show. Sorry.
Solly, what's your favorite chain?
He said Jet.
Yeah.
Jets, that's right. I forgot I said that. That's right.
I'll be honest, like the big chains, like the big national chains,
Yeah.
I haven't had them in so many years, dude. I couldn't even register a real opinion. Like
You had that Detroit pizza.
Yeah, I had that, and I won't even consider that like I mean, that was like a specialty pizza that they had.
I feel you.
You know,
We were
I'm
staying on
not
Saturday.
even
I
gonna
feel you.
judge off of it.
I feel you.
It's been so
Fair
many
play.
years since I had a big chain. I couldn't even register an opinion, dude.
He's bougie as fuck.
Yeah. I will say Donato's back in the day in Orlando was a go-to spot, and I think back in the day, when you say back in the day, I'm talking about like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago at this point. I think a lot of things have changed since then. Most places, most especially bigger places, have gone to cheaper and cheaper on the ingredients and raising of the prices. So what Cap said about it doesn't surprise me at all. I haven't had it since they've been back in Jack's. But in Orlando, it used to be a spot that we would hit a lot.
Legit. I can get a pizza for the same price or cheaper from Da Vinci's as like when I was talking about ordering that thin crust Papa John's pie.
Wow.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That Mamma Mia's place, dude, I could get a large pizza and a large order of garlic donuts and tip for like $22. And I tip like decent. So it's cheap.
So pizza wing combination I got for folks right here. If you live out at the beach, the best pizza wing combination, and they deliver both DNLPs.
DNLP is so fire.
DNLP on the beach, not the best dough, right? Like, but super edible on the pizza.
I like DNLP.
Super edible.
Subs are fire.
Sandwiches are great. Maybe the most elite fried mozzarella in town. Just
Interesting. Never had that.
Oh my goodness, it's elite. And their wings, get them a little crispy. Pizza, they do like a pizza wing in like a 2-liter deal for like an insanely affordable amount. And and they deliver all around the beach. Like that's the one thing with Da Vinci's, they don't deliver over this way, just Atlantic Beach. So what else you got, Sally?
Atlantic Boulevard.
Yeah, they won't. They don't have to.
Fair.
I got to shout out 2 more places before we move on for pizza. This is a fucking pizza podcast. Picasso's in Mandarin has St. Louis style that's similar to what Donato's I think serves up, if I remember right. But it's like with actual ingredients and actually a mom and pop place.
But St. Louis style can mean like that they use that fake cheese shit. Is that what they use?
No. It's like thin, round, and cut in squares, like small squares.
Okay. Yeah, so like that's what we call Midwest, so that makes sense.
Yeah. There is just look it up. They use Jimbo will tell us.
No, we're not having fucking Ritz crackers with ketchup and slices of American cheese for pizza. No.
Under bologna.
Yeah, Picasso's in Mandarin is a fire spot. And also Brewer's Pizza over Orange Park area serves like these thick, doughy, but like pan fried squares of goodness that are really fucking fire. So got to shout those 2 places out too. I think we covered every pizza spot in town that's worth a shit.
Yeah, if you're going up to like New York City and you want a list of places to go hit, just enter my mentions and I'll
Cap steer you right. Cap steer you right. I've been to a few Cap favorites in New York City and he doesn't miss. We've got a whole lot of questions here, man. Like some of them are really, really bad. So I'm trying to get through.
Can't do all of them. Shout out to Abby.
All right, I got one. Keeping on the food theme. Best fast food fries.
Ooh.
Oof.
Dylan, you and I were talking about PDQ the other day, and you said you can't fuck with them because they got rid of the tots.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I'm tots over fries for sure, but if we go strictly fries, man, that's a toughie. Like, is Zaxby's a fast food place?
That's the
'Cause
first one
Zaxby's
that came to my
fries-
mind. That's the first one that came to my mind.
Yeah,
those
Zaxby's
are
fries.
money.
Like, hey, the thing about Zaxby's fries, so if you get Zaxby's drive-through and you don't crack your lid on the way home, your fries are going to be soggy. And I'm pretty much a veteran food getter, so normally I remember to do that, but sometimes, sometimes I forget, or sometimes I think I can get home real quick, and you get soggy fries. And when the fries are still fire when they're soggy, you got like prime time dime. Like,
That's it.
and the fact is, like, if I can dip my fries in some motherfucking sauce, and I fucks with Zach sauce so hard,
Yeah.
you got that fry sauce, fry seasoning on the fries into the sauce. It's just like a double. It's just like, just getting off twice at the same time. It just really doesn't get any better than that.
We got to go a little bit deeper here. I think that the style, the cut of the fry makes a big difference too. And
Yes.
crinkles
Yeah,
are
and it's a crinkle.
crinkles are just
All right.
elite.
Let me ask you this, because I think we may all three be in agreement. For me, when people are judging fast food fries or just fries in general, there's two types of people. There's people who want like a little bit of potato-y, right? Like and then there's the people who love McDonald's or the shoestring style shit, who don't actually like the taste of potatoes, right? So
What's
they're
wrong
like
with you people?
They're like ketchup boats. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna put all this ketchup on these fries and eat all this ketchup.
And that's how, before they went to the waffles, that's how PDQ was. They had like the shoestring fries and they had tots. And it really didn't do anything. And the problem there, you just hit the nail on the head, Dilla. The problem there is PDQ's sauces are elite.
Facts.
But you like, I dip the chicken in it, but I can't, like, waffle fries are better than fucking shoestring fries, but I'll say that.
But I still wouldn't prefer a waffle fry.
No, waffle fries are very tough to execute for sure.
No, like, waffle fries suck so bad that I get a fucking side salad at Chick-fil-A. Like, fuck out of here with that waffle fry bullshit. Like, I'd rather eat a salad than eat waffle fries. It's like, if I'm gonna eat waffle fries, I'm gonna eat them at like Dick's Wings, and that's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I said, I'm a veteran food getter. I got fucking takes on food.
What else you got, Sally?
James Robinson's gonna get the ball how many times this week?
15.
14.
Yeah, probably not enough.
Under
About 15 times too short.
All right, I got one here. Dilla, inquiring minds want to know, how is your bed?
I had to make a Home Depot run. Bought two like 1x6s maybe, and built this like rig where I created a support beam under after I banged it back into place.
You banged it back into place?
And we recovered, and so far we've been sleeping good on it this week. So we'll see what happens.
As a fellow 250 plus pound man, as soon as I saw that tweet, I FaceTimed him, and I was already under my bed showing him how I had reinforced my
Facts. These are all facts. Solly's literally laying under his bed with his cats. His cats are like meowing.
I was like pushing the cat.
Like, why are you
like,
under
move,
here?
bitch! I'm trying to show something here.
And Solly's showing me his 2x4s under his bed, like going from rail to rail.
So I have like a metal bed frame, and that shit lasted like even the slats were metal. Like that shit don't work with people as big as me and the Dillical. So I had to go get literally like 2 big 1x6s that go all the way from one side to the other, and 2 like 4x4s to support it underneath. And I just screwed them bitches together, put the slats down. That shit's holding up like a champ.
You motherfuckers are building decks.
That's what you have to do.
Bro.
Pouring concrete footers.
Yeah, seriously.
If you're 250
I got some
or more,
trusses for my bed. Hey, I mean, some people say like, you can say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Like, obviously, like Sally's been there before too.
Yeah, I empathized with that tweet and had to school my boy to some game.
See that
What
cat?
food, keeping with the food.
Mine's a little more involved. Mine's a little more involved than that one.
I mean,
he'll have to graduate eventually.
Yeah, to be fair, I guess that looks like that. Yeah, I mean, that didn't look super sturdy.
No, it just made it to where it can't bend anymore because now it like relies on the outside.
I was just kind of more looking at it like what it was sort of in the beginning. Like, yeah. What food?
Bun.
Let's keep with the food themes here. What food place? Our dude Craig S. Myers said, "What food place that is gone do you miss the most?"
They have one in Tallahassee still, but Guthrie's. It used to be on St. John's Bluff and Beach Boulevard. Now it's like a seafood place. That place slapped. I fuck with chicken tenders and fries, and they only had like 4 things on the menu, and it was fire. And their like sauce, it was like similar to Zach's sauce, but it was like their own elite. Their coleslaw, sweet, elite. Like as Solly knows, like sometimes I'll go watch football at his house and just bring a tub of coleslaw because I fuck with coleslaw. But
that sounds like a very Tennessee Titans thing to do.
Yeah, I fuck with mayonnaise too. What are you gonna do? Tell me my football team stinks? Like fuck the Jaguars. Who cares?
Bro, I love the fact that on Sunday we were all angry.
Dude, I've never been that mad.
You got angry probably a lot sooner than Solly and I did in that game in particular. But what was sitting, I say what, not who, what was sitting down in front of us in the section was just like the greatest double bird to our fandom in our own stadium, in our own home, from our biggest rival that just owns us year in and year out. And like in the world of literally anything else in the world, we are winning over those people who are sitting down in front of us. Like you name it, we are beating them at that in life, other than the fact that they root for the Tennessee Titans and we root for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the universe just evening things out for inbred people like them. But gosh,
no, I knew that they were cooked when we started chanting, "That's your sister," and the Titans fans around us were geeking. They were like, "Damn, that's funny as hell."
You're like, they really went there.
Yeah, that was good. That was like probably the highlight of the game, was like roasting those people.
Oh, yeah.
Until he threw something, then I was pissed as fuck, and you probably kept me from getting in trouble.
I had to keep a few of the crew from getting in trouble. At one point, did you remember? I looked at JB and I'm like, you're over here now.
Yeah,
you're over here
real quick. Yeah,
and then he started going back at it, and I was just like, shut up. Yeah. Let me handle it.
Yep. That was, I don't know if that was collectively on the edge. Like everyone's just like, man, say this bullshit. But anyway,
it's what else we got, Sally? The people want real content here. They want real answers. They don't want to hear about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Places
this is the bold take.
Places to watch football that aren't the stadium.
Anywhere.
You gotta go. You gotta go number one in the city. Perfect Rack.
Perfect Rack.
Perfect Rack. We've watched one game now. It was the game we had the most chance to win. It was the game we had the most happiest times.
We were only losing that game when the clock expired, I think.
It was the game we were the most messed up. Free shots after every Jags touchdown.
Mhm.
Rumor has it they're going to be open early for the game this Sunday.
$12 all you can drink mimosas.
Oh, you
If
can
you're into
drink
that.
mimosas.
It starts at
Can't-
9 a.m., I believe.
Can't
Starting at
9
9
a.m.
a.m.
can't really argue with that.
I already seen a lot of people in the Twitter machine saying they're rolling through, so I'm sure it's going to be popping.
14 TVs, pool tables are there. Maybe after the game, maybe you're hungry again. Wings or fire.
Food.
Edgewood Avenue and Murray Hill.
They got a kitchen, full bar, pool tables, TVs.
Rumor has it their kitchen's expanding too. So if you've maybe in the past thought like, hey, it took a little bit longer, not anymore.
Yeah,
Big.
real. That's the
Big.
real. So
It's
head
big.
over to the rack. Other places to watch games in town. Are there any?
living
Well,
room.
I probably should take this moment to give a quick shout out to Jack's Craft Beer Shop, craft beer and bottle shop, over in Mandarin. They as well. So, I know Perfect Rack, that's probably a lot of folks that live over that area of town, right? Maybe you're cruising over from the north side or wherever, anywhere, wherever you live in town. If you're looking for a place to watch with Jag fans, obviously Perfect Rack is always a good spot. But so too is Jack's Craft Bottle Shop, especially for away games. They're trying to get people in Mandarin. Not a lot of options in Mandarin at the moment where like Jag fans go. There's places in Mandarin that are kind of sports bar-ish, but they're taken over by Buffalo Bills fans or whatever.
I heard
So
I heard TVs were actually outlawed everywhere except Jack's Craft Beer in Mandarin.
Yeah, that's
Totally
that.
outlawed.
Maybe true. Maybe true. Everywhere in Mandarin, they're not allowed to have TVs. But yeah, so they're doing something similar Sunday for the game, and I think for really for all away games, they're trying to get folks up there doing drink specials. If you're out at the Bold City Teal Street tailgates on Sundays for the home games, they're the folks who have been out there pouring free beer the entire time. Free beer is awesome. So we got to show our support. If you're down in Mandarin or anywhere kind of out that way, great spot. Really good. Big Jags fans are actually going to have free breakfast for anybody who comes in as well on Sunday. So,
And if you've been going to the tailgates, I have that cornhole game set up. If you can nail your one toss, you get one free pint that you can use whenever you go. So if you're hitting there this weekend and got one from last week, I know I have one from last week. You can make sure you cash that in also.
For sure. And if look, go support those folks. Even if it's not at the games, right? Go check it out. Right. That's a spot. Mandarin. Let's be honest here. Not a ton to do in Mandarin.
Unless you're a Bills fan.
kind of a cool spot out there. Big Jag fans, good beer. If you haven't checked them out, go give them a look-see. They're right on San Jose. Other than that, cool places. There's, it's funny because when the Jags are not losing 20 games in a row, there's a lot of cool places to go watch because people are fired up and they just want to do it. The Bricks and the Ritz out here at the beach are always good spots. Monkey's Uncle, some of the Mellow Mushrooms around town, they're usually pretty Jaguar focused on game days. You want to stay away from some of the bigger chain type spots, the ale houses and stuff like that, because you're going to be there with a bunch of other Jag fans. Or, I mean, you're not going to be there with a bunch of other Jag fans. You'll be there with a bunch of other NFL fans, random teams. I would say if you're looking at a spot, look them up first and make sure that they aren't home to one of these other fan groups from some other fan base, right? So there's Bills backers in town. There's a group of Packers fans that get together, Steelers fans. So that's the worst thing. Like you roll into a spot, you're like, oh, that's kind of sports bar-ish. And then you sit there and they got the Steelers game on every TV and you're surrounded by a bunch of people waving around piss yellow towels. So yeah, don't do that.
Getting a couple questions about the shipyards. opinions on that, and I was thinking that we maybe should have this for another episode. I don't know what y'all thought. They
Here are my
passed,
whole thoughts. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Fuck anything related with the Jaguars. Shad Khan's pulling another one on the city, and who cares? When it's real, it'll be real. Until then, it's a drawing. Oh, we approve money. Yeah, I'm sure they approve money for that half-built building down there on the river too.
So I'm a little less on the spectrum. No, I don't think we need a whole episode for it, to be honest with you, Solly. So my quick 30-second take on it. Any development downtown that doesn't completely bankrupt the city, I'm in favor of. So I think it's going to end up being a Four Seasons or some really elite 5-star hotel? Probably not. Am I excited that there's going to be some development around the stadium and just downtown in general? Yeah, absolutely. I hope that it all comes through. My biggest concern, it's a concern, but it's based off of criticism of kind of some of the other projects they've done in the past. My biggest concern is that, to sort of Dilla's point, it's these big fancy drawings. So is the amphitheater. The amphitheater didn't turn out looking anything like what the big fancy drawings were. So that's my thing. I mean, all this money from the city is going into it, potentially. So just build. Shad, if you're listening, I know you listen to the podcast all the time. You're a huge fan, big listener.
Care a lot about the Jaguars.
And obviously love my takes and everything that I tweet about you. But no, in all seriousness, I really hope that they build something world-class, something awesome. Like, that's what keeps being promised. The amphitheater didn't turn out that way. I don't think anybody could say our club sections, they're better. Like, the clubs are better than they were before they did the big remodel, but nobody can say it's amazing or world-class or anything like that. So really build something badass. That's my thing. Hopefully you make it badass, you make it beautiful, you make it, just a really great part of our skyline and our downtown for a long time to come. So that's my take.
I hope it happens, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Fair take.
All fair. And that's sort of where we're all at with it. I'm ready for that. Downtown development. I'm ready for that Armada Stadium, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Get
Can
that.
they put an IHOP next door so we can get pancakes? That'd be fire.
Sort of random, but I'm in.
I'm just thinking about some pancakes.
You're just thinking about pancakes.
Yeah.
That's where we need to put the soccer bar, Dilla. When they get that place built over there on the east side.
Soccer bar / flapjack factory.
There you go. That's what we'll call it.
I mean, who doesn't want some pancakes?
Pancakes and beer.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that doesn't want?
Come get hammered and you can still drive home.
Yeah. Why? Seriously though. Seriously. Why is there not a breakfast spot in Jacksonville called Flapjacks, but JAX? Why is there not? That's
what I'm saying. Hello, people.
I'm gonna edit this out. I gotta edit this out. No, we can't do that out for free.
That's free game right there. That's free game. That's free game.
Free smoke.
How is there not a Flapjacks?
And sorry, I just filed the copyright. Sorry, that one's gone, guys.
If anybody actually does use that, you got to give my man Dilla free pancakes for life, free stacks for life.
Yeah. You can give me free beer for life. That's how you win.
You're a big beer guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'll crush him in pancakes, but beer, he'd be good.
What winter sport do you guys think you would be best at?
Ooh, probably like curling.
Curling would be the only one I could successfully compete at against.
And I just want to be the bowler, and you guys can be the like broom sweepers.
The sweepers.
That's way too much activity.
Hell no.
No, you accepted your role. I answered first. I assigned you what you want to be.
This is why we need like our own YouTube series. We need to like take the bold take curling. Like, just
dude, let's do it. They probably do it at the indoor ice house or whatever that place is called.
I think they do. Wasn't Curtis Dvorak trying to start all that? You remember that? That was a while ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Duval till we curl.
Is this
No.
two Jags related? Top 5 BCB away trip cities?
I feel like we've kind of touched on that a little bit, but we can roll through it.
I mean, if we just want to rank them raw,
yeah, I'll rank them.
Number 1.
I don't know if I can put them in order, but it's just
you got to put them in order. It's the question.
Number 3. We'll start with number 3 then. Go.
Start with number 3 for the top 5 in order.
We'll do 3, then 5, then 2, then 4, then 1.
So are we talking just trips in general? Like this
it says cities, so you got to rank
the
the
Steeler, but there's like Pittsburgh count, even though that wasn't like an official trip where we sold packages.
Pittsburgh number 1.
Pittsburgh's number
just
1.
rank your cities that you've been to.
All right, so
Pittsburgh number 1, New York number 2. I really like Washington D.C., so I'll give that number 3.
Oh wow.
You're leaving one out that I think was pretty fire.
I don't know what you're probably thinking about. Nashville fucking blows. Houston fucking sucked. Tampa can lick my gooch. Trying to think of where else we've been.
Don't tell him, Cap. Don't tell him, Cap. Let him know.
Oh boy, I'm struggling. I mean, I had fun in New England, but I just think like they're like mall around the
You're
area.
gonna name
The
every
stadium's
NFL
cool.
city besides the one that was actually really fire that we all went to.
Did we? Oh, Denver was fucking super flames. Yeah, Denver's up there for sure. And you guys might know why I can't.
My man
remember
said he likes
Denver.
Washington D.C. better than Denver.
I do like Washington D.C.
I'm a big
more than
history
Denver.
buff.
Hey, the Smithsonian's are tight. That's why I like it. Dude, think about all that tax dollar I've paid. I better go enjoy it at least like twice.
For me, I would go Pittsburgh, Denver.
Yeah, good re-ranking. You're like Bleacher Report to mine.
I gotta
You
say,
like,
I gotta
do it a
say-
year after you got to see how good the players were, and then you redraft it.
New York.
Ooh.
New York, Cincy,
Yeah, I didn't go.
and San Diego.
Nice. That's a solid list.
And San Diego, of all of them, has absolutely zero to do with the game. It's just San Diego's an awesome city.
Yeah, I've never been to San Diego for Jaguars, but San Diego, the city is 10 out of 10.
super fire. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
Love that place.
yeah.
Yep.
That place
guess-
kicks ass.
Honorable mention to Nashville.
Nashville sucks.
I gotta say, it's funny how much you guys like Pittsburgh. As somebody whose family is from Pennsylvania, I've spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh. It's funny that you guys went there in fucking January and you liked it. And I know
Hey.
it probably has something to do with the game, but like
It does.
Pittsburgh in the summer is like fucking awesome.
Dude,
In
it
the
was
winter,
so goddamn cold.
sucks.
We walked. So before we went to that Jack's bar, we somehow ended up on the other side of the river, and we were like, "Fuck it, we'll just walk." So we walked over the bridge. Bro, the whole left side of my face, like
Dog.
my whole beard was just ice. It hurt so bad.
That
And,
place.
I had to turn my face, pull my hood over. It hurt so bad. It was like -5. JB's like bitching the whole time. It's like a 5-year-old kid. It's like, come on, son, like don't get run over. Like while we're freezing ass cold. Golly, that place was wild, man.
In the
Oh, there
summer,
was-
in the summer, it's actually fucking beautiful.
In
There
the
was that
river.
brewery that we went to though after the game. That place
Yeah.
was elite too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, obviously that trip was bolstered by the fact that it was an
We won.
all-time game to be at, right? And that we won.
Yeah.
But just I'm a big fan of when I'm out of town. Give me not a big museum guy, not a big I don't know, not a big like amusement park, like that kind of stuff guy. Give me cool little bars to hang out in, good local restaurants, and like the Midwest, the Rust Belt, like that kind of area that I think that's why I like Cincinnati so much. There was a lot of that there, and so I saw a lot of parallels between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh as well. Yeah. And it just, I will never forget though, the morning of the game being insanely hungover because we were in a bar until like 2:30 in the morning, and I kept playing Broham over and over and over on the jukebox, and we were all just belting it out as loud as we could at the top of our lungs until the freaking bartenders finally came over and kicked us out. But the next morning, being so hungover and being in the Uber from our hotel and coming like over around the mountain and going over the bridge and seeing the river. Solly, I shit you not. I looked down the river and there were icebergs floating in the river. I've never seen anything like that in my life in person. I looked at Tim and I just said, where the fuck are we? Antarctica? Like what the fuck? Like there are like just the river is frozen and there's just icebergs everywhere. Like this is, I feel like I'm at the North Pole.
Yeah.
Where am I? Saskatchewan? Like what the fuck is this?
It's like the coldest place on earth. That's not like a pole, pretty much.
It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So that's, I did forget as well. And I think Ocho, who asked the question, would, and it wasn't technically like a really official BCB trip. We just it was sort of unofficial, but Seattle 8 years ago. So how crazy is this? I said, no way I'm going to Seattle this year because it's on Halloween. So 8 years ago, we went to Seattle, had a blast. Seattle's a fun city. Got our teeth kicked in like we normally do in away games and left there saying, oh, in 8 years when we come back, we're definitely making this trip again. Schedule comes out, it's on Halloween. Can't do it. Got two little ones. Halloween's awesome around here still, so can't do it. And then in my head though, I'm telling myself, well, you're not missing much but an ass beating, right? Russell Wilson, the Jaguars led by Urban Meyer and company, it's going to be an ass whooping, and you've seen enough of those. You'll be happy that you didn't go. And now he's going to be out for the game probably. And I'm like, that actually turns into a semi-winnable game.
It's going to be our
Blake
first win in
Bortles is
14
on the roster.
Shout out to UCF Hall of Famer, Golden Knight Hall of Famer, Blake Bortles. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I saw that, bro. But literally, the Seattle Seahawks have Jake Luton and Blake Bortles on the roster backing up Geno Smith, and we're still going to lose by 3 scores.
Shit's going to be wild.
That is fantastic. Somebody said talk about wrestling. The three of us couldn't tell you a damn thing about wrestling.
Yeah, I try. It's hard. I can't.
Let's see.
Bedtime.
Couple more. Yeah, we're winding down here. I think we've successfully filled some airtime here.
Before we get out of here, we have to give a shout out to 2 sponsors, A1 Sliders and New Era Marketing. We're gonna give them a free episode after this. This one doesn't count. Just a shout out to them.
Tight.
I will say, Andy Willis, if you're listening to this, the reminder, you said that your company really could use a
New Era
marketing agency, just like New Era Marketing. So, Solly, just for Andy's sake, can you give him, how does he get in contact with New Era Marketing?
Andrew Willis, I need you to go to neweramarketing.com, NUERA marketing.com.
That's it.
First of all, the website is going to sell you. You'll be all in. I think you'll be able to find the contact info there.
Tell them
you're a fairly competent human being who knows how to use the internet, even though you lost your podcast recording somehow last night. So I would say neweramarketing.com.
Don't forget to tell them that the Dillicle sent you. Okay. You have to tell them that. You have to tell them that. No, but for real, if you got a company out there, I need to link them up with our folks over at Jack's Craft craft beer and bottle shop. And maybe they could probably use the services of a good outfit like New Era Marketing and A1 Sliders and Doors. Let's be honest. We probably need to take a week off from doing their read anyway, Sally, because your read last week for them was so elite that we should just you just need to cut that out. Like just cut it out and insert
copy and paste.
That's it.
Copy
Every
and
week.
paste.
Because there's nothing better there. Nothing better.
Slides and it slides. I mean,
That's it.
It's really all you need to know.
It slides. It slides right.
Andy, if you can just, if you're, I know you're a little bit old fashioned sometimes, don't really know how to record your own podcast. 904-513-8350. If you need to get your rotary phone out and dial up the New Era folks.
One last thought from me. I put out a tweet that got, it is London week. Oh, London week, how we love thee. I put out a tweet a couple of days, yesterday, maybe day before. It's been a long week already.
Preach.
Just kind of joking about, I feel like every time I see pictures from something Jaguar fan related over in the UK, it's a handful of guys wearing the goofy foam hat or the Jackson DeVille hat. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet thread that I did, but and I think that I got a few salty UK fellas in the mentions at that point.
Here we go, JJ's. Here we go.
And I'm just like, guys, it was a joke.
My ass.
It was a joke. I legitimately had people though, like sending me pictures of Jags fans that have those that are wearing those types of hats. And I'm like, guys, time out. Just because there is like, the old guy Charlie who always wore that in his tank top, and then a few random people, like I go to every Jaguar game.
Nobody wears
don't see people wearing those hats. And I also know, furthermore, that not everyone inside Wembley Stadium or whatever shithole they're playing in for this game.
I understand. I got it the first time.
Like, I fully know that not everybody in attendance is wearing the foam Jaguar head. I get it. It was a joke. It was funny because legitimately every time I see something, there are like a handful of guys wearing that stuff. I'm fully aware.
You bicked your head? He bicked his head. Holy shit. He bicked it. Wow. Talk about a review at the end of the podcast. My God.
Quentin, where'd your hair go?
Man, he said he was going to do it. He did it. I was still surprised.
Wow. Are you like, that's full Bic. Like that's straight razored.
Bro, looking like a fucking Blue Man Group member.
It's fucking Scott Van Pelt's on the podcast. SVP.
Scott Van Pelt. Hey, dude, we gotta get you little black readers.
I know.
It looks like.
I actually wear them in the morning. I wear my glasses.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got glasses.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna need a photo with you, hat off, with those on.
Oh, I gotta go get them. They're out. Oh no, they might be out here. You need them?
Serious Scott Van Pelt vibes right now.
God, I hope he's got it. What a reveal! He pulled his hat off anyway, and I was like, couldn't even talk. I was like, wait, what?
Can we get a little bit more side profile? There you go. Side profile. Maybe the other side.
No, I think I got it. SVP.
You got it? Holy shit, it's Scott Van Pelt. Solly, look. Look, Solly. It's Scott Van Pelt. Hey, so they have you ever watched the Midnight Sports Center where they actually do wear like
People that look like Scott Van Pelt.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forget what the
Yeah.
segment's called
Yeah.
or the bit's called, but yeah, you
Oh,
need to
he's
send
the
that in.
best.
That's hilarious, bro. Does it like how does that feel on your head though?
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's really comfortable to wear. Yeah.
to wear. That's good.
Yeah, you're wearing it.
Hey.
You're rocking it.
How much time does it save you in the shower?
Oh my
What do you
god.
put on your head?
Taking a shower now is literally like 3 minutes.
What do you put on your head? Do you have to put lotion?
Oh yeah.
Conditioner?
You gotta moisturize it. I haven't put conditioner, just moisturize it after. You wash it with soap and you put lotion on after.
Interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting. I mean, that was a professional reveal at the end. I mean, people need to.
Held it in a little bit. It's a terrible picture.
You
So
look like
please-
SVP
so-
though.
So please tweet it immediately.
Okay, I got you. I like it when you're bald. You can pull it off. You got. I mean, you don't really look like a white supremacist, but you look like don't fuck with me because I could be one. Like I'm not, but I could be.
So I was wearing like a hospital mask at work today, and I got a lot of cancer patient comments. So I got to go for I got to get like a happier mask. I was wearing like one of the blue paper masks. You know what I mean?
You
Cass said I need to get like a colorful mask, and then one of my coworkers was like, "You need to get one that says I'm smiling under this mask." I think I kind of look like Sebastian Janikowski.
a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, bald white guy.
Yeah.
Cap, we should have joined them.
If the Jags win a game, Dillard's doing it too.
No, no.
Fuck that. Jaguars get nothing of my life.
Mine's all turning gray, but I'm not ready to to go hairless yet. Sally, you like legit with that haircut or style, whatever you would term that. If you could grow a proper beard, you would look fierce as hell.
Yeah, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
can't.
You would.
You should grow your mutton chops back out.
Oh yeah, then I would definitely look like a.
Can you grow just sideburns for us?
Bring them out. Bring them out. It's wild. I couldn't even tell. With a hat on, you can't tell.
That's because I normally got the fade up
You
here.
keep it
anyway.
faded up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Sally, what about a soul patch?
That's what somebody said that to me today too.
You
Yeah,
should
dude,
go
you
soul
just rock
patch.
the flavor saver, bro.
Go soul patch. Just go soul patch. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Do you even have hair there?
The problem is I do. The problem is my stuff doesn't get thick anywhere. Like it's always going to be a little thin, and I can't grow it right here. So,
What
Yeah,
about
but
right
just-
on the tip of your chin?
oh yeah, I could grow.
You
that
should
out.
grow out the like ponytail.
Just this one. Just this
Yeah.
one?
Bro, I gotta tell you right now though.
You want to
dude.
go to Wild Bills, right? You
Yeah,
fit
throw
right
a
in.
flannel on.
It was so hard for me not to take off the hat when you were talking about wild bills. I wanted to say, can I fit in?
If you just go get you a leather vest. Oh dang, look kind of
I need to move to Pittsburgh. That's what I need to do.
look kind of jacked, bro. Flex that right arm again. That look. Yeah, okay.
Sheesh. Yeah, you go,
Alright.
bro.
That's the thing too, though. You go bald, if you go straight, nothing. You gotta get your muscle game up.
Yeah, you got to start lifting some weights. Yeah, that's
You got
that's definitely. You can't be fat and bald. That's
No.
facts.
You kind of look like Kane, the wrestler, when he did the like mask reveal.
Like for real though, you might want to go with a custom mask for at work and stuff. Cause I know, like, here's the deal. I'm just gonna be straight with you. Just get a mask that says, I really do like black people.
Yeah, yeah. I need a
like-
Black Lives Matter
like-
mask. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
cause
It's tough. Yeah.
no, I mean, maybe a little bit when he made that face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need
that's
to-
why he made the face. That's what I was telling me. Yeah,
I need to
that
get a Black Lives Matter mask, and I need to get like a rainbow bumper sticker on my Jeep too. Especially I drive a Jeep Wrangler now. Oof, buddy.
Bro,
I think-
when
you know
he
what I
got
think?
absolutely flamed with Photoshop edits. The last time he did this in the group chat, it was the funniest thing I ever seen.
I
They had
think
him on every racist event in the last
Oh,
3
shit.
years. They had him marching in Charlottesville or whatever that one was. They had him like spray painting like bad words. They had him on the Hulk Hogan spray painting the semi truck. Like it was bad, man. Bad.
Sally, you got
It's a shame.
to.
It's a shame John Gruden isn't bald.
God.
He's just got the worst haircut ever.
Yeah, he does.
Him
Hey,
and
did you-
him and Mark Davis were meant to be together.
Speaking of that, did you see Cap what Derek Carr said?
Yeah, love the
I
man.
love the man, hate the sin. What the fuck does that mean?
Thank God that guy's not our quarterback, dude.
Poof. Stinks and doesn't know when to shut up. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, what an idiot.
All right, I have 5% battery left, so
Good. Let's just roll till it dies.
all right, I'm gonna kill it.
Then that'll be the end of the episode. Just
All right.
Sally, you yeah.
Kind of looks like he's in like Slipknot now.
Well, we got anything else?
It's like Marcin Gortat.
You look like Butterbean.
Oh, you look like the dude. I know. You look like the dude from Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, dude, he does.
You do.
I couldn't.
Billy
even,
Corgan? Is that it?
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah,
who
Billy Corgan.
Smashing Pump-
Hold on.
who-
Hold
who-
on. Time out,
Who any
please.
people from Smashing Pumpkins are?
I ran out of bald people. I don't know anyone else. You're lucky.
I don't know anyone else.
Oh man. You look like Action Bronson. I don't know. That was the last one I could think of.
You look like Action Bronson.
Facts.
Yeah, you're better. No, I take it back. Not on the Billy Corgan. You're better looking.
Love you, JB.
Love you, JB. Please don't be a fighter anymore at the games, JB.
Love you, JB.
You're a lover. I love you.
Love you, JB.